What's going on, everyone? So we were long overnight, right? Obviously, we sold Apple or SPY calls earlier in the morning for like 40%. We sold Apple calls for a small gain as well. I wanted to get out at the open, and then the rest of the day, essentially, I didn't have as much time to post. But essentially, if you want to join a free Discord where I'm going to be posting very, very actively day trades all throughout the day. I'll be sharing with you guys all throughout the day. Join the link in the channel description. It's for free. And go ahead and join that. And essentially, the goal for this week right now is to keep money, not to get chopped out, not to lose it. All right. So anyway, yesterday, I was saying that Bitcoin was looking very strong, so it made sense to go long. All right. Clearly, that worked out pretty well, didn't it? Right. So essentially, the way that we've been analyzing the market has been working out. And yeah, so I decided to make a free Discord for everyone to join, and we could basically share trades, and I could share my day trades there specifically. All right. So anyway, go ahead and do that. In today's video, we're going to go over the SPY, the NASDAQ, the IWM, the 30-year bond, the large tech stocks, the crypto market, and talk about the next steps in the market. All right. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. So number one, tomorrow there is going to be huge news. So 2 o'clock, there's going to be huge news. 2:30, there's going to be the press conference for the Fed. And then in the morning, we're going to get retail sales. So basically, the whole day is going to be very, very important. So that's why I was saying, really, this week is just going to be a week of patience, not to overextend yourself on any trades. There is going to be times where I'm going to be throwing out 5-10 day trades. I trade a lot. All right. But this week specifically, guys, it's very, very important to have patience. Tomorrow, hopefully Wednesday and Thursday, after these days, we'll have a better understanding of the overall trajectory of the market. We'll have gotten over the analysis that people are making based off of the Fed, right? And then the stock market will essentially have taken a direction. So that's why I wasn't really too concerned about trading too much for Monday and Tuesday, especially not tomorrow as well. All right. So tomorrow is going to be very, very important. It's probably going to be one of the most important meetings in recent American economic history. All right. So yeah, definitely go ahead and watch that. We're going to be taking keen focus on that. So anyway, yesterday basically I was saying that the stock market, everything looked really, really weak, but Bitcoin was strong, and that was the only reason why we went long before. And we learned from the past before, when this happened on March 8th, when the stock market looked very, very weak, when everyone wanted to go short, Bitcoin was the only thing that was showing strength. So once again yesterday, same exact thing happened, and now Bitcoin is continuing to show strength. So very simply, right now, the SPY clearly closed above not only 420.76, but it closed above 425 as well, right? So, and above yesterday's high. So we clearly closed above multiple levels of resistance. I didn't alert any swings or anything overnight, but this is a pretty strong reversal. But then again, the Fed can say something bearish tomorrow, and it'll bring the market back down. So it's, I mean, we're taking it one day at a time. I didn't alert anything overnight for today. Currently, this moving average right now, moving upwards like this, is pretty bullish because the MACD has not yet crossed above. But again, really, like, it's all just dependent on tomorrow. So right now, there's not really much else to say. I'm going to be updating everyone with the levels on Discord. I'll also post the levels on Twitter. But right now, it's the same upward resistance levels: 428, then 430, then 433.34, then 434.74. And yeah, that's basically it, really. Like, there's not really much else to talk about. There's that for the SPY. Let's take a look at the IWM. IWM clearly looks like it made a very, very bullish close as well. The MACD is still falling below, has not yet even came close to turning upwards yet, similar to what we just saw on the SPY, right? The MACD line is still falling, yet we had a green day. We closed above 195.50. this was a nice little reversal. And now tomorrow's level of resistance for the IWM is going to be this trend line here. And that's going to be at 196.90. So 196.90 is going to be a very important level of resistance to the upside. Once again, anything can happen. There's rumors that the Fed won't increase rates until June. Depending on how low the Fed increases rates, what the Fed does, a lot of that is up for speculation. So it's going to be really, really interesting. There's not really much else to say. 195.50 broke, right? 193 is going to be the level of support to the downside. Then 191.50, then 190, then 188. So it's just same crap. But we just need to see which direction the market decides to go now, based off of the Fed, because again, this is going to be very, very important. So there's that for the IWM. Now let's take a look at the large tech stocks, the 30-year bond, and the NASDAQ. So Apple, we closed this very early. This morning I wasn't really excited with Apple's strength because Apple was only up about 0.6% at the time, I think, when we closed it. But Microsoft and the other stocks were up 1.5 and much higher, right? So I saw that there was clear weakness in Apple. So I didn't like that. So I was like, it's not worth it. But anyway, again, I was just very, very careful. I'm just being very careful this week. I don't really care much about making money. Right now, it's a matter of just seeing how the market responds to all of this stuff. And clearly, I was saying that this was basically going to be bullish. That's why we were holding on to calls. We ended up going much higher than I thought we would. So, which is great. So obviously, Apple made a bullish reversal. The next levels of resistance are going to be 156, then 158.50, then this trend line. And if we come back and reclaim this trend line, we can go back up and eventually retest all-time highs. So that is going to be really, really interesting. But then, of course, the levels of support starting is going to be 150, and then 148, and then the rest just goes down lower. So Apple made a clear bullish little reversal, right? Microsoft, same concept, bullish reversal, right? Amazon, also similar, bullish reversal, showing strength. Very simple, right? Google, bullish reversal. There's not really much else to talk about here. Tesla looks really strong. We held the 780 level. We closed pretty strong here. We retested the lower level of this bull flag. All of these tech stocks look very, very strong right now, right? But again, it means nothing. Tomorrow, a lot can change, right? But overnight, this setup looks pretty bullish, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the 30-year bond. Bonds are taking a huge hit while equity prices were bouncing. So this could potentially mean, so in hindsight, it's, hindsight is 2020. But with the bonds moving like this, could basically tell us that there could be a very dramatic move to the downside in equity prices. But we don't really know for sure until the Fed meeting starts. But we're going to look back at this video and we're going to say, oh, wow, this was obvious. But, again, we trade the equity prices because the bonds aren't, there's a lag to the bonds movements. All right. So right now, clearly it's showing a lot of weakness and it looks like it can come back and retest 150. So the bonds are showing weakness. The equity prices are showing strength. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also clearly showing strength, right? We closed above 324.28. We closed above yesterday's high. And now it looks like we're going to come back and, if the Fed has bullish news tomorrow, we're going to come back and retest 333, 334. That's going to be a nice little important resistance zone. And then it can get really, 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 really interesting, depending on what the Fed says tomorrow. But again, it's all dependent on what is going on tomorrow. All right. But right now, we can clearly see all of the ETFs, all of the stocks really look bullish. I was saying that essentially, we were buying into that weakness, and it worked out. But now, because the Fed meeting tomorrow, it could all change. So there's that for the NASDAQ. Now let's take a look at the crypto markets and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was the number one reason why we went long yesterday. There was no other setup. We weren't bullish on any of the, we went over in YouTube, in the YouTube video, we went over everything. The stock market looked really, really weak in this video. There was no reason to go long. Everyone wanted to go short, but we ended up opening green, and then we had a huge green day. The reason for that was the strength in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is traded internationally very, very heavily, and it's a 24-hour market. So international traders and banks and hedge funds are all trading this price action. So Bitcoin is highly correlated to the stock market currently. If Bitcoin is bullish into the close, most likely the stock market will be bullish tomorrow into the open. And that is exactly what happened today. So now, currently, we can see that Bitcoin reversed very, very heavily off of today's lows. We can see that, it's retesting 39.6, which is really, really good. 39.6, then 40,200 is going to be a very, very important level of resistance. If we can break that, then we're going to come back and retest, this trend line here at 40,600. And then, this other very, very important downtrend line here. But these are all the bullish cases. The Fed can come out and say something very bearish tomorrow and, increase rates at a rate where people weren't expecting, something much higher. And that would cause the market to drop. But again, there are rumors that the Fed is not going to increase rates until June. There's rumors that the Fed may not even increase rates a lot. And then there's some rumors that the Fed's not going to increase rates at all until, a later date. So again, there's a lot of speculation. That's why, it just pays to just be patient. Market's not going anywhere. There's going to be so much opportunity to make a lot of money on the market. That's why when things are very, very in general, if there's a war, if there's really, really turbulent times in the market, blah, 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 it pays to just be patient. As long as you have money to play in the market, you're still in the game. And that is the game, keeping money. All right. So currently Bitcoin looks bullish, right? It now, if we break above 40,200 into tomorrow, it could mean that the markets open up green as well. And then we'll probably be leaning long in the early hours of the day. Right? And then towards lunchtime, etc., we won't be trading as much. So there's my analysis. Make sure to join Discord. Link is in the channel description. For free. And with that being said, if you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the video if you like the channel, do all that good stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.